She makes me wanna take her down.
To season 4 of the Lez Factor. We are back in LA. We're taping at 9th Chapter Barbershop in the Fairfax district. Bigger and better than it was before in season 2. To my right, we have Savannah. She's our actress model. She is just now added producer to her resume. Next to her, we have Brandy Kane, West Coast lyricist and rapper. And you'll be checking out her new video directly after this video. Next to her, we have Kenia. Kenia is our behavioral analyst, and we welcome her back for season 2 and season 3. Over here, we have another new cast member. Her name is AD. She has a brand new shop coming out. It's called Dig the Kicks, and it is in Rancho Cucamonga. Grand opening coming soon. Next to her, we have another new cast member, Kaori Nick. She is a beauty and special effects artist, as well as having her own line of vegan lip wear called ProFix. Next to her, of course, we have Ayesha. Ayesha's from season 2 and 3. And if you remember, she is the owner of the only all-female queer barber collective in the country. All right, so let's get started. So the first question we have is, one of our followers said, she's like, I'm 35 and I still wear, a little bit of pride, a little here and there. It's like maybe a rainbow bracelet, necklace, or a ring. And for some reason, my friends clown me. And she was like, since when is
as they should.
Damn. And since when is there an expiration date on pride? Savannah?
There never is, but we don't do that. If you want to wear the rainbow, but it's just, if you're into trendy shit, then you probably should just put that in your closet. Can't do that anymore.
I don't know. It's not a huge deal.
Right.
We all did chuckle because it's like this unspoken thing that after you're not 17, 18, 19, you don't need the big fluffy shit hanging from the car mirror.
Right.
But keep your rainbow, whatever you rocking, it's all good.
You like it, I love it.
Y'all so wrong for laughing though. Kenya?
I agree. If you want to wear whatever you want to wear it. But wait a minute, is she wearing like big, bulky, like rainbow stuff?
I did not get a picture. I just got the question.
You got the rainbow shirt, the rainbow belt.
I don't know what accessory you're using. You can get a cute little one that has just the colors right there so that you can feel content with yourself. Just don't, I don't like it when it's really bulky. Yo. It looks a little 90s, like I feel like I'm going to EDM and everything.
Y'all are so wrong.
Yo, listen, teach their own, but honestly, that's why we laugh, because that's silly, man. Look, obviously I look gay, so I don't have to wear a rainbow, but for some femmes, that's their thing, but honestly, yeah, go on and just put that on.
I looked at her Instagram, she's not a femme.
Yeah.
Okay, now, then you don't need it.
You don't need that. Just trust me.
Kaori?
I'm in agreement. I think it's unnecessary. It's overstating it. Like, you don't gotta. It's flamboyant at that point. It should go without saying. You know
Why is flamboyant gay wrong though?
It's not wrong. If that's your thing, do your thing. But I just feel like it's excessive.
She's really young.
She's
She's 35.
She's not young. This is why. This is the answer though. That's why the friends are clowning. But we ain't saying that.
We all did it, but you grow out of it. You mature. It's not necessary.
Look, no one wears extra baggy pants anymore.
I never
no one
did
wears
it.
all the extra, but there's just this time and a place, right?
I agree.
Ayesha?
Yeah, it's embarrassing. Don't let them give you the sugary response. Have you caught out there? Put that shit away.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've never done it, never will.
Like this year, Target came out with like their Pride line. So like in May, June, they had a Pride line. They had hats, they had rainbow suspenders, they had rainbow bathing suits, they had rainbow.
But you're not gonna wear them all at the same time.
I bought some just because I feel like if they make an effort to make that, make that effort, then you should support it. Now I haven't worn any of it, but I bought it and I own it.
See, but why you haven't worn any of it?
Because it's really bright. Okay. I like black. But I do try to support it. I just think at a certain age you change how you show your pride. Like for me, I show my
equality flag.
Like an equality flag. Mm-hmm. For me, it's just supporting all my friends who are, queer and have their own businesses. I buy shit I would never wear, but I buy to support their business and support them. So support can be a different, in a different form once you get older. That's just how I do it. But I would say wear your thing. I don't like when people judge me anyway. I think if people clown me for it, I would wear it more. I'd be like, shit, I'm wearing a rainbow every time we go out. Now what?
Right.
But it is what it is. But the second question on the show was, why is it white men have such great community? Like if you go out to any part of town or gay part of town, there always has something going on. When it comes to like women of color, there's no unity. Like everybody's trying to have different things and nobody supports each other. So why do you think that Black queer women aren't as successful as white men as far as having shops or endeavors or activities? Savannah?
Oh my God, we took it to like such a deep level.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that like is layered question. Like,
Money is deep. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna pass and I'm gonna think about it.
Oh, Lord of mercy.
I wouldn't totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that white America in general, whatever the subculture may be, there's still going to be a certain amount of privilege there and economic base that maybe a group of color may not have. But I think that there's been tremendous unity among the women of color as far as entertainment is concerned over the years, and it's only getting better. All we're really seeing now is collaborative parties. There's no one person that has a monopoly on, it hasn't been like a repeat of a Peanuts to this day,
This Peanuts, actually,
where
is
that was
amazing.
like the shit, the only shit, where you want to be at, nothing competing with it. Now it's like you can go out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's all like the same shit.
Yeah, but
and
what
it's,
were they catering to though?
It's about
That's
opportunity.
another-
I would think.
yeah, but I think that may be slight misconception. But but if it does look like they're more successful, it's because of I think it's just white male privilege in general. Even though they're gay men, it's still that still exists for them. So we got to work a little bit harder to get venues and you know what I mean, and security deposits and meet the bar and all this crap. So.
Yeah.
Kenya?
Yeah, well, I agree. I think it has improved over time, but I do believe that the white males community has more financial backing than the community of color, unfortunately. I feel like, I don't know about LA, I know New York is a little closer, tight-knit. The gay community does support, I feel like they support each other a lot more, especially women of color. In LA, it's a little different. They're more narcissistic here. It's about what you can do for me. If this is going to benefit me, then I will invest in you. And I think it's kind of sad. But I think in general, it has improved over time. But I think we can do better. I think we can do more fundraising. I think we can allocate grants for more women of color, businesses, parties, whatever.
AD?
I would agree. I think there's a stigmatism stuck to kind of this white male perspective on how they're catered to. But I think, again, kind of to your point, is that we can do better. We can change our own thoughts and how we view business and how we do conduct ourselves. And so we have to have some ownership ourselves, because when you think about some of the clubs that we would attend, like back in the day, the Catch or just these other like kind of urban clubs, a lot of that stuff got shut down, right? Because how we conduct ourselves and how we do business.
So personal responsibility.
So some personal responsibility goes back into there. Is the one up? They're the ones that get the loans and there's the ones that get the grants. Absolutely, but there's still a stigmatism that we're still working through to change those thoughts around just lesbians, period, of any color. So I think there's a lot of some ownership that we have to take as well.
Kaori?
I would agree with both of you ladies. I feel like financially, we lack, and our support is just not the same. You know what I mean? Like, you supporting, my business and our businesses, like, that's huge. You know what I mean? That's everything. We don't have that more consistently in our community. And so we just lack in that. And if we could be better about supporting each other, building each other up, not making it so competitive, we could get so much further. Like, oh my God. Like, oh, it hurts inside that we don't want to like I want to see you grow.
Yeah.
I want to collaborate with her. I want to work with her, because that's going to be a beautiful thing. If we could have more connections like that, we could go so much further. We could be them people. That's why we're not the people. Because we don't know how to show love.
But I think we do show plenty of love, and we are those people already. I think I think we need to speak more in abundance and not of lack. I think that there's a lot going on, and I think that we as women of color, we have such high standards and we should, and expectations, that because we aren't exactly where we want to be, we sometimes don't notice how far we've come. I think that there's abundance in the community. I think the community is we can talk about the compartmentalization of the community, right? But in those little niches though, they support their little niches. I might not want to go to this, but they there. You know, I might not want to go to that or this or that, or I don't go to anything. By the way, when I kept saying that, I was like, I go to work. God,
I'm not one of She's like, I feel like we support each other, but absolutely.
And I don't do shit, you know, but I be tired because I'm trying to get stuff together so we can.
I was gonna kind of touch on that. When you have more of a playtime, you got time to plan a bunch of more parties. You know, black people out here struggling. You know what I'm saying? On all fronts.
But I don't
you know what I'm saying?
think it's just about parties. Like, there's so many other avenues that we could take, whether it be charity work, you know, events during the day for kids. You know what I mean? Like,
you're correct, but like I said, when people got
kids,
business to
other things
handle,
that we can do as adults. Bump these kids. Like, I'm trying to have like some. Well, I mean, I love kids, but like more events that just aren't geared around drinking and smoking. Yeah. Because we have so much more to offer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with
drinking
you.
and smoking.
Cheers.
I don't know.
Cheers to that.
I know for me, like if I go to West Hollywood, like Monday through Sunday, I can go to an event and it's gonna be a bunch of guys and they're supporting. But then it's like when I go to like black lesbian events, like literally for 4th of July, I had to go to 4 different events to support 4 different. Like why won't they collaborate? Like even with white lesbians, like if I go to like a Glow Boy party but
you can't compare men.
Okay, fine.
Like
but
the
even
men in the women community.
But
that's
even
completely
men party more and longer in life.
Yeah.
But I think
but
there is a different comparison.
Women kind of get maternal and go home, even if they don't have kids.
But I think that's another difference though. Like gay white guys, they'll like get in a relationship, they'll get married, whatever. They're still going out. They're still like, I want to party. Lesbians be like, oh, I don't want to deal with the drama. I don't want to do this. I don't want to get in a fight. I don't want nobody talking to my bitch. Like I don't want to spend no money. And then they don't go.
That's where it's at. Lesbians don't spend money.
Yeah, so
yeah.
why are you
what it is.
You can't cater a party around lesbians
We'll
in
just
general
start
because
there.
lesbians do not spend money.
Like
even with my parties and events, I have to have all my gay men there.
Right here.
They stop spending money at a particular point because a gay man's like just in general, they're driving something different. They still out here taking shit home every night. They taking men home, so they need to sit here and to the end and drink and do all of that. Like women. It's not the same. It's not. You know, they profile maybe 8 women go on 1 bottle, you know what I mean, and profile all night, and that's it. They going home with their girlfriends and acting like they doing something. Men are out too proud, have sex.
They're really doing something.
Yes, I'm not looking to open a lesbian bar. I'm looking to open an all-inclusive bar to get gay man money, like the Catch did for 50 years or something.
Yeah.
That's what keeps you afloat.
You look at the Abbey, for an example.
Man, the Abbey
that shit's not owned by it was owned by SB.
No, but the people that spend money, that's what we're talking about. Who's in there? Who's spending money?
Yeah. I feel like it's a competition. Like we have to be like, okay, are you the better one? Are you exactly?
It's the leadership's fault.
Yeah.
It's the lesbian leadership fault.
Right.
Okay, next question. Next question we got from a lady. She said she was 40 years old. And she said, you know, she was younger. She said, you know, I got married just to a man because of societal pressures, religion, family, etc. She said, but now that once I realized I had my kids, I got older, I realized that I was a lesbian. She said, but because people see me, and I'm a late bloomer, they see me as bisexual because I was married before. She said, can you ever get the bi away? Like, can you get that bi title away? What do you think?
I would say, do you? I have an aunt that's like that, and she married a guy because she knew that our family would just accept it more. But she's unhappy right now. It's like you have to do you and have to stay true to your authentic self and just marry who you want to marry.
It's easier said than done, Brandy.
Yeah, bro, for sure. I mean,
I think it's just gonna take some time. That's all. You're 40 years old, and this is the only way people have ever seen you and viewed you as a heterosexual woman. It's gonna be hard for some people to believe that you could just be a lesbian. To them, it seems overnight. So you may have been feeling it all this way all along and just suppressed it. So to you, it's like, yep, I'm gay now. But you know, everybody's like, what?
Family is still shocked.
You're 40 years old. You must be going through a midlife crisis. This is what they're thinking. So until about 5 more years, and you get in a real serious relationship, and you go off and get married, they're gonna be like, damn, she really was with the shit. So, you know, just
I agree.
give it time, and they'll take you seriously if you serious. You know that if you messing around, and they still see you out dating men or whatever, then maybe people side-eyeing you for a reason.
Kenia?
I completely agree, but I think you need to stop focusing and worrying about what other people
but
think. That's what got
that's
you in trouble in the first place. You ended up marrying a man because you were concerned about what other people thought. You just came out. Enjoy it. Have fun. You have a whole lot to explore and to worry about what other people think. So go right ahead. Don't worry about labels because that's so arbitrary. Anyway, but have fun. Enjoy. Dive in.
I would agree. I mean, pretty much saying everything you just say right here. It's just, just do you, man. You know, enjoy it. I think just be consistent. I think consistency is huge in our community. We see it time and time again. We have, these girls come in and out, especially probably with us, the more masculine. Yeah, they're bisexual 1 week, and then they're doing some other things. So just be consistent with it, and your family will accept it at some point. But F the labels, man. Who cares about those?
Yeah.
Kaori?
It's hard because happiness is so rare. Like, true happiness, like contentment with self, is such a rarity these days that if you find it, man, fuck everything else. Because you only living for you. You know what I mean? And it's like if you're not taking the steps to really block out everybody else and really focus, like you're wasting time on other shit when you could be happy. And a lot of people aren't happy. So my
Salute to
thing.
that one.
Yeah, man, that was
Fucking
Life's
happy.
too short.
that was a moment right there.
Right, everybody's like, now what I'm gonna say next? I agree. Shit, yeah, I concur. What she said.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people get caught up on what other people think. To be honest, if you find somebody who accepts you, then who gives a fuck? Like, it's like, I don't know what it is. People are joining this lesbian community and all of a sudden there's like all these expectations on you, especially with lesbians of color. It's like, oh, I expect this and I expect that. I expect you to live your motherfucking life. Because my life don't go by nobody's rules. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes, pointing at me, Brandy.
This talk about what lesbians of color do or whatever, but I think that's all for the most part, that's all you could really know. You're not a white lesbian, so you don't really.
She took it to a whole introspective.
You don't know what they are.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know what they're. All we know is what we see from the outside. Like, well, white lesbians are this way, and black lesbians are this way, but we don't. We know it's our own experience.
Well, she's a lesbian of
So
color.
it ain't no finger pointing at the black lesbian.
We ain't got it together.
We getting it together later in life.
Because I think
I'm getting money.
I've been to gay communities around the world, and I've seen the same behavior in every group of people, and I've tripped off of it. Like, damn, these motherfuckers is the same over here, fighting and arguing. It don't matter. So that's just human nature. Some shit.
Did they have the same ass?
Hell no.
Hell no.
I said behavior, not physicality.
Exactly.
All right, we had another person who approached us who said, "Hi, Lez Factor, I'm a late bloomer and I have 3 kids." She said, "I find that there's a stigma with lesbians and dating women who have kids. Like, I can't be a lesbian. Would you date a lesbian who had kids?" We'll go with you, Ayesha.
Would I have dated a lesbian who has kids? What was the question? Is it a stigma?
Yeah, it's a stigma against people who have kids, like they're not a lesbian.
Oh,
And what would you do?
no. I mean, you have to be, currently, actively.
On do you have like a 5-month-old? That matters.
What's the question?
There's stigma against lesbians dating women with kids.
And
There
would you
should
date
be,
one?
no.
There is.
There is, and I'll never do it again. But there should
I mean, we're asking, so obviously there is.
But Kaori, do you find that there's a stigma with dating women with kids? Several kids, 3. Is that
She
several?
said several. Oh, sorry.
3 is several, right?
I mean, yes, me personally, live your life. I'm not signing up for that.
That's not your.
You're automatically number second. Like you're second. Like you're
No matter what, right? No matter what.
4. And I'm with that. I should be totally at the bottom of the totem pole.
Right.
But I should be at the bottom of the totem pole with my own kids. Like not your kids. And I
Like
want you to
our
have them
kids
first.
should come before.
I am still single with no kids, so I need to be second or.
So I feel like you're
0.5.
choosing your children.
Right. Like
I can't.
She can't.
And I feel like
can'ts.
I want a family. You know what I'm saying? I'm not birthing no kids. But I want a family.
Not yet.
You have some more kids. You got the nuts though.
Unless my wife is like medically unable, I'm not birthing kids. But like, if you started already, nigga, you done started already. Oh, I didn't mean to say nigga. Can we let that out? Can we gotta scratch that out?
Nah, nigga, sit back.
I don't like to use that word. I'm not.
Not on camera.
You done started without
Not to
me.
the public.
Right.
You started without me.
So you
started
want to
without
start your
me.
family from scratch with your
I
partner.
want some
That's all.
scratch.
Yes.
That's
all.
That's
All
right.
right.
That's all I'm
That's
saying.
understandable.
Starting from the beginning.
I don't want to be like Tommy into the rest. Like, what happened before I got here? Like, I
You're
don't
the
wanna-
fucking fourth
The
wheel
movie's
and
almost
shit.
over.
I'm in a whole relationship right now with someone that does actually have a kid. 3 kids though. That I think 2.
I'm like, how many
done.
though?
Yeah,
One?
just one.
Okay,
just
one
one
is-
child, which
might
is
be
cool.
able to-
I don't think there's a stigmatism to that. I think that obviously the girl's younger though, so it's different. You know, she started her life a little bit differently, and now we're at where we're at. But later on in life, 3 kids. I don't even like animals, so
Like, I don't want no pets.
I don't want pets. So I'm not that normal, the lesbian. I don't want pets. You know, the one child is good. 3 children, that's exhausting. Just the one for me right now is. Yeah, so I'm gonna say
She's like, she's like,
no, not like that. But you know,
So
kids
much.
are a lot of work. And they're not
they are.
yours.
Right.
And they're not yours.
So you can't discipline them the way
Yeah,
you need
it's
to.
a different
Just-
kind of
yeah.
environment. If those are 3 of your children, that's different, right? So we're
Oh, yeah.
looking at a different situation, different scenario where these children know you, they're much like you. We're talking about 3 kids that have nothing to do with you.
Kenia,
I need a second.
my drink is so empty.
My
leg is so wet.
Okay. So when I was younger, I would not date people with a person with a child. But I work with kids. I've worked with kids for over 10 years. And behavior is what I do, modifying behavior. I think if they have 1 or 2, it's okay. 3 is a lot, you know.
No,
and-
1 is cool, not
No,
1 or 2.
3 is good.
That's what I concur with you. I'm like,
2 is 20.
we're at
Okay.
2
is 20.
1 is good,
Well,
2 is
depending on
20.
the age gap between the children.
with her.
No, it depends on the
animals.
age gap. Because if one is like 13 and one is like
That's
5,
one too many.
that's a big age gap. The 13-year-old's gonna be in his room by himself doing his own thing.
Oh, I see. What kind of kid?
Oh, now you're talking about
Oh,
age.
okay.
Well, it goes
If it's like a 3 or 2.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that, I don't know, there's a stigma behind it. I think it really shouldn't matter. I would not personally want to meet the children until I'm a few years in. Just because few years in. Because
Mama going downstairs
no,
to talk to her
honestly,
friend.
because if they're really young, if they're older, I don't mind. If they're young,
like 6
developmentally,
months or something.
psychologically adjusting, depending on the situation, for a child to adjust to a new person, I don't want to be immediately meeting your kids if I'm not going to be with you for a long period of time, because each person that comes in and out puts an imprint on that child.
Absolutely.
And affects
I
that
agree,
child.
but God
so
damn,
I think
3
like
years.
a year or 2.
Okay.
Is like my thing where I don't want to meet the kids until I know this is something that's serious and
That's gonna
certain
stick around.
that I'm going to stick around
Yeah.
before I start to bond with a child. And because it won't be just a breakup with the person, it's a breakup with
Absolutely.
you and the children.
Yeah, I can,
So
I can
can't
concur
do-
to that
yeah.
right now.
So I would.
That's what I'm going for. But I don't know about a year or
Suck a
2.
nipple for that shit. Okay, suck a
What did she
nipple
say?
for that
I
shit.
share with her.
She's sucking your nipple, that's all I know.
Suck a nipple for that. All right. Brandy?
Okay, the question was, is there a stigma? Yes. That is, yes, it's true.
Bring it back.
Because it goes back to the previous question and just the whole bisexual factor that we look at in the lesbian community as a taboo, whether it's right or wrong. It's like, damn, you was just fucking with dick for that long, huh? However, you know, whatever. But we also understand that many women have social pressures, family pressures to live a traditional life, and then you wound up married and you really wasn't happy and you had kids, and now here you are trying to come out and really live. And so we also understand that. Personally, I've been in situations, a few with children involved, but all different, where at one point in my life I was like, I'll never do that, you know. So it just depends where you catch a person. They you know, a few of us, like we said, said we'll never do that, but then we found ourselves liking the person so much where you're like, okay, well, I might, you know, let me meet the kids, you know, whatever. But then I've been in the scenario where I've been dealing with somebody and never met the kid. And I was totally fine with that too, you know, I understood.
I bet you were.
So, you know, but I've been in the situation where it was 2 kids and they were small and we all lived in one house and it was like a family situation, you know. So
Mom had
you know
that
where
good.
you know years ago I would have never seen myself, you know, dealing with that type of thing, just wanting to be too free, you know. So but it is a stigma, so just be aware of that, you know, and understand that you may get a little side eye from people that you're trying to date. You know, like I said, depending on the age of the child. Another time, I remember I go visit a chick's house and she had like 5, 6 kids.
Oh, no.
And then she had she had a newborn. I mean, like 5 weeks old. And I was like,
that hasn't even come
Then
out.
she was singing a pregnancy
and I couldn't
She's still breastfeeding? I'm out. She's breastfeeding? I'm out.
I was like, where's the dad?
No, she's breastfeeding. She's bleeding.
I'll be late now. I'll be late.
I'm saying, but a situation like that, like you just gave birth, I'm really looking at you like the stigma's in full effect because I'm like, well, where's the baby daddy at? I mean, obviously 9 months ago,
He was in there
only 9 months
still,
ago.
He's still in the next apartment over there.
It was
What we talking about here?
It was so funny because the kids,
snapping back.
the older kids, I'm telling you, it was about 5 of them, and one of them was like, "Mama, is she spending the night?" I was like, "What?"
Questioning you, like you the fucking.
See, that would make you question the mom. How many people do you have?
No, they asked the mom that.
Exactly.
Like, they was like, "Mama."
Exactly. That means they're used to it, and they're like,
Is this one
Mommy has a lot of sleepovers.
Mama has a lot of people on
Mommy has a lot of sleepovers.
Needless to say, I got up out of there and I never looked back. Anyway,
That's just your auntie. You good?
Right.
Is your auntie gonna go in the room?
Stigma, yes. Not dating anybody that has more than 2. I'm sorry. I tried it, didn't work out, not happening. No. Moving on.
I'm ready.
One is okay. I might think about it if the pussy right, but other than that, but that's real though. It's gotta be right.
She got a clipboard.
The pussy gotta be real good over
Oh,
here.
no, for sure. Because
Pussy's
I feel like I
right.
have
She's not
none,
still
and I feel
bleeding.
like if
She's
you
not breastfeeding. We're good.
No,
Wrap this up.
I feel like I have none. I have a lot to offer. The next person, 1 kid is too much. No, I'm not. To me, that is not like a happy ending. Like I don't want extra children. Sorry. Maybe when me and you get together and have some, but other than that, no. I'm one of those where it's like no.
Y'all like me with the sum. I'm like, what is too many?
I want 4 together, but not you having 4 and then me bringing not.
Yeah,
I'm not a babysitter.
I'm on that one and done.
One and done. One is okay, but
I got
no.
more than one, but I can see a one and done. But I don't want.
I mean, I think it depends on who you find, who you're dating. Like I've met people, like I have friends who dated people who are pregnant. I'm like, they were just, they were just on a dick. Like they're still incubating. Like, but they're together, they're married, they have a kid, and you know they've been married for like
I don't know
3
how to
years.
explain that to my mom. I'm just saying. I don't know.
They've been
I'd have
married
to
for
see
3
proof
years.
that you got
And she met
in vitro
her.
fertilization.
She met her when she was already pregnant.
And that's why you're pregnant.
And she had her for 3 years.
I have to see
Absolutely
proof of
not.
that.
Okay.
I would have to see proof of that to fuck with a pregnant bitch.
I don't like that's way too
I'm not
much.
expressing.
That's
I'm sorry.
way too much.
I'm not doing it. Hell
But
no.
I mean,
Hey, when I see that, I see a thirsty motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like
You coming for me?
you kept
And I need to know
I'm
if
too
you make that
much.
here or not. Because I feel like
you
coming for
Captain
money.
Saber to the
I feel
max.
like
You save it.
I'm a
Like,
Pisces. I'm just
I'm not
not ready for
signing
that life.
the birth
Okay,
certificate.
can't.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it all depends on who you meet. Some people are down for that because I feel like some people didn't have a family. So there's, I've met them, trust me, and they're married. I've been to their weddings. But it's like some people want this ready-made family because some people didn't have a family, they're trying to build their own.
There's no honeymoon phase. It's going straight to responsibility.
That's what I just said. This relationship started off already.
Some people like
difficult.
responsibility.
It depends on who you're dating. Some people like responsibility, some people don't. I'm single. And I bring in, you know, my income. I'm not trying to support some other dude's child. So for me, it wouldn't work. Like, I'm not gonna
I ain't got no kids, girl. Hey,
boo. But you know, for some people it works, and for some people it doesn't. Some people are trying to create a family. Some people are married into a family. You know, so I mean, it depends on who you're following, you know, who you're dating or who you're trying to talk to or what you're trying to build. For me, it's not gonna work. I've always had a rule against dating chicks with kids. I'm not talking about 1, 2, 3. I'm talking about 0.
I think
If you have more than 0, that's too many. And
you gotta have that conversation immediately.
I made an exception once, and I paid for that. pay for that dearly.
Get it out the way.
Like financially, I pay for it.
I'm buying the kids birthday gifts and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
Kids are expensive. It was
oh
terrible.
yeah.
Before you even go on a date, just on the phone, texting, whatever, be like, I got a couple kids. You know, how do you feel about that? You know what I'm saying? For real.
I got
I'll ask,
baggage.
you know, find out people's intentions.
Like, here you go.
Find out the intentions,
references.
people's dating intentions immediately, and you'll save a lot of time.
So true.
I can't.
So my grandmother decided she wanted to submit a question.
Okay.
So grandma asked a question to the panel. She said, what makes lesbian women different than straight women? She said, I feel like lesbians still take the bitchiness with them. Y'all don't separate that. And then some of y'all think y'all are men, but y'all think it's okay to hit a woman. Ooh, grandma's cray-cray. So, you know, what makes y'all different than, you know, dating a man? That's what she says.
We date women and we're women. Like
Evidently we're starting with Ayesha.
Yeah, go, Ish, because
well, because it's like, what does that mean? I love you, grandma.
Yeah.
We've met before. What does that mean though?
I don't know, because my thing was, at one
It's
point
like
she
you're
thought I was
supposed to
I was
morph
like,
into different women.
women.
Of course, women are gonna be
I think she's
women
just looking
still.
for what characteristics do you think make lesbians different than straight women? Really? I don't know why she added that extra part in, but I thought it was interesting.
Pussy in the mouth.
I was gonna say that.
That's
When
a
you
big-
pussy,
No,
I
but
know, but
seriously.
girls look at-
Physicality is that.
was
We
gonna say
definitely keep a lot more of our own power. A lot of straight women preoccupy themselves with taking care of their men and nurturing to see which women do with their female partners. But you know, it's just something about when women are getting dick that they just can't focus.
All right, Kaori,
Like they just can't.
Grandma.
Kaori,
That's
what,
a big difference. Focus.
what separates lesbian women from straight women, Kaori?
Here's my thoughts, right?
Okay.
Because, okay, so there's bitches, right?
Grandma.
I can't say nigga
So the
on
bitches,
screen.
right?
I can't say
She
nigga.
go
No,
first
no,
off,
no.
bitches.
The bitches, right?
No. Yes, no, that's for real though. Okay, women.
Sip tea.
The thing with women
Don't
that
give me the
date
concession. Okay.
other women is that we're equal. And it's a great thing, and it's a scary thing. Because I could knock you out. You know what I mean? Because we equal. When you with a man, you don't think about hitting no man like that, because that's not your equal. Women, we equal. So when we have a discrepancy, like I'll knock you in your face. But that's how some girls are. I'm not like that.
Profile?
No.
No more cocktails for her.
No, but I'm serious. Because physically we are equal. So if there's a
Physically.
discrepancy, you know what I mean? As a man, I'm not gonna go.
I got your vibe.
I think most women aren't gonna go and rock it. They're not gonna challenge a man physically, but a woman,
I
like
agree.
we equal. So like,
that's
if
real.
you say something to me, I might slap you.
Yeah.
That's how some girls are. I'm not like
shouldn't be
that.
condoned. That's just
It's not
abuse.
okay. It's not okay. It's not okay.
But I'm
that's
gonna let you
some
know
women
how
think.
it looked was you doing all of this.
But I was like, she got kind of aggressive with the shit.
From
so-
Chicago. I was
Like,
like,
that is
scared.
very your Tinder profile.
And then she goes, but I'm from Chicago, like.
That's a bit
I don't know, right?
Chicago.
I'm from Chicago.
Slap
Like,
hoes.
that's kind of
But
aggressive.
some
I got
girls
scared.
think like that. They think because you my equal, like if you say something to do something.
So that's
to
what sets
disrespect me,
lesbians apart. That we will.
You
be
could
each
head
other.
up fade
Be
with
like
another
that.
As opposed to
girl.
being in a
As
relationship
far
with a
as
man.
what she said, as far as hitting people, I feel like because a lot of girls, 9
Now,
times
that's
out of
true,
10,
though.
they're not
That's
gonna
true.
stand up to a man and be like, "I'll punch you in the face." They're not gonna do that. But if you a girl, it's like,
I was
"Oh,
gonna
I
say,
can take
what
her."
female won't? You better guarantee.
AD, what separates a lesbian from a straight woman?
It's a lot. Look, Grandma. This is probably a common thing that we all get, right? I
Yeah.
date bisexual, sometimes even first timers and things like that. I think grandmas will be the first one to ask this question: is what is different, and why not a man versus maybe a woman, right? So there's just different things. Like number one being the general parts, actually dick and a pussy, like you putting your mouth on something is different. Sorry, Grandma. Shout out. You know.
She
But
good.
listen, you should change your
kids.
thoughts around. Grandma should know that number one, you should change your thoughts around that. You should never put your hands on anyone.
Yes.
No matter what. There is no matter if it's equal, you get on my nerves, I'm gonna slap the shit out of
Yeah.
you, none of that. It should still be the same playing grounds for everything. You should still respect the person you're with, you love, man or woman.
Agreed.
Period. So there is no difference. I think it shouldn't even be looked at as a difference. You know? So it's just a preference of what you want to experience sexually, or even how someone is compassionate or different than a male is. That the way that presence is for you. You know, sometimes the aggression is why women become gay, because they don't like that feeling of aggression or things like that, but it has nothing to do with, shouldn't have anything to do with being different. We're on equal playing grounds, period. You should change your thoughts. If you think you're equal, Chicago, to it's not
That's not my
No, I
thing.
got you. But everybody out there should not at all think that that's okay or acceptable. It
Absolutely.
should never be an option.
Kenya, what separates straight
Well,
women
she
from
pretty much
lesbian
summed
women?
it all up, but I completely agree. Okay, grandma. So this time,
Yes, talk to grandma.
Let's talk to grandma. And I feel so Spanish right now because I apologize for the profanity that has been used because I didn't even know grandma was in this segment. But grandma, let me tell you. So straight girls, you know how the straight girls are just like femmes, and then there's tomboys that are straight.
Yes,
It's
talk
the
to
same thing. The only thing is that lesbians like other girls. So when you take the clothes off, it's still the female anatomy. It doesn't matter what they wear on the outside. They just like their style, that style of dress. So if you're attracted to that, you go to that. If you like a femme that wears heels and is all dressy, then you do that too. Everybody has a different preference, just like straight people have different preferences in the types of men they want. Whether it's a thug, whether it's a businessman, like everybody, the human psyche is completely complex. So there is no one classification for anything, as you, grandma, with your life experience should know. Everybody likes different things, and there is no one thing that sets lesbians from straight people apart. And I know it's from a different generation, but I just hate that question. It really drives me crazy. But no, it's just what they dress, but under it is the same thing. Just like if you get a thug who's wearing all the baggy stuff,
You're a thug now.
he looks like the same
like,
thing.
she's fucking
The anatomy's gonna look the same under the clothes.
like gangster book.
It doesn't mean you want to live with a man. It just means you're gonna like
Chicago's getting a rap.
I don't know. That's it.
Just disclaimer, Chicago.
Shaita, you're not a
She's
thug.
not beating women.
Thank you. I'm not.
It's alright, Shug.
Brandy Kane?
I think it's just, it's not a huge difference. Most women are very similar, just like a lot of men are the same. As much as heterosexual men wouldn't want to admit it, but if they only knew, they're not very much different than gay men, other than who they sleep with. I mean, now one might say that's a big deal, but I mean, just in general characteristics.
That's sexual.
But just other than sex, which nobody's walking around having sex 24 hours.
Yeah.
It's not enough time.
I know some gay guys who are having sex at least 12 hours.
Well, then maybe they're prostitutes and they're getting paid for it, and that's their lifestyle. And that shout out to that. But if you whatever. But I don't think it's too many differences in too many humans across the board. Really, I mean. Well, some things are just human nature, and some things are gender specific. From between the fine line of heterosexuality and homosexuality. A lot of times, even us, that are the tomboys, we can sit around the femmes and have a girl talk, and it's all the same, and they'll talk about things that they wouldn't talk about in front of men, and it's all relatable. Because, whether we live in like the same life or not, we might not be married with kids, but it's like, girl, I feel you, I hear you,
At the end of the day, we're all women.
And we're all women and we get it, But it's just, I think it's just an outer appearance type of thing. As far as the abuse, I mean, I think everybody, spoke on that. I think that is a factor, what she mentioned earlier, is that why some women will go in and get physical with one another, because they feel like I'm a woman too, so I'm really not abusing you.
Well, that's a mental health issue.
We can fight, and it's going to be even.
That's a head up.
No, that's not. I'm not to say that that's proper or correct. I'm not condoning it at all. But that's the mentality behind it. Like, well, I might dress like a dude, but I ain't a dude, so it ain't that bad if I punch you in your face. So I'm just saying that's
in your face.
Yeah, that's the mentality. That's the mentality behind some female abusers, and sometimes it's not always the stud person in the relationship. A lot of times it's the other way around,
which is probably what grandma has. But I think that's anger and mental health issue across the board, regardless of gender.
Miss Olivia.
Big O.
Savannah, what separates lesbian from
Pussy.
Oh my God.
Pussy.
One more.
And
There
pussy.
you go.
I'm just saying. Okay, grandma. Okay. I'm sorry.
It's fine. My grandma has heard a lot about pussy.
No?
Okay.
No? Okay.
I'm not Jamaican.
You know why? Because I have a lot of straight friends that are like, oh my God, we're such good friends. If you were a dude, I would marry you because we get along so good. It's not about female empathy and all of that other shit. We're all human beings. Like a girl's gonna be a girl, still the same, gay or straight. It's all about your sexual. That's what I feel like, your sexual preference. If I want vagina, then that makes me lesbian. That's the difference between a straight female.
I feel you. I was personally offended. I'm like,
Are you offended by the question?
yes.
From grandma?
She asked me that shit in person. And I was like, what lesbians do you know? I don't be hitting on nobody. So I was like,
Grandma knows
where did
me,
you get this
though.
question? And she was like, but y'all don't leave the bitchiness around. I'm like, so you're saying? Because she knows a lot about the drama that goes around.
But that's what I mean
Or
too.
people
Women
that
are the same. Just like straight women that go to the club and be like, yeah, girl, you look cute. And be like kind of hating a little
all the
shade.
same,
You feel it?
right.
I felt it,
We know.
throughout
We know what you're
community
doing.
from people where I'm like, damn, I never did nothing to this person. Why she kind of giving me a funky ass vibe, where it's just like, well, you just a
Same
bitch.
thing.
I
I like your hat.
it just-
I like your shoes. I like your hat.
Yeah, so
like your
that's
sneakers.
grandma's right on that. Yeah, but that's because females are females.
I agree. I think
across
women
the
are
board.
just women. I just was.
Yep.
She said that, and I was like, women are just women. I don't get it. But then she was adding,
like
putting your
women.
hands on people, and I was just like, who are you dealing with? That's not me. Because
Look at
I
the
never.
lesbians do you
Look at
know
the-
that
Look at the
Fuck
gay
each
male
other up.
community. How much do they fight? They fight a lot.
Dude,
Yeah.
Yes.
Hell, they
Yes.
fight. They always fight. No, they be
Shit.
fighting.
I know lesbians
fight.
fight
I
run
can
a
attest to
man more
that.
gay guy
Who
shop.
fights the most in the world? It's men that are more aggressive and ready to go brawl outside or in the bar or whatever. I've seen it. So way more than I've ever seen women physically fighting.
We don't have that
Even,
testosterone.
even though the testosterone. So men are men across the board. Even though no matter who they sleep with, they're still out here. They get drunk, they get belligerent, they get aggressive, they fight.
I don't know. I still am like, Grandma, where did this question come from? I have no fucking clue. But she has to ask it, so I asked it. All right, thanks for joining us for another episode of the Lez Factor. We hope you enjoyed Lez Factor LA here at Ninth Chapter Barbershop in the Fairfax District. Stay tuned for Brandy Kane's video, Shots Fired, directly following next time.
Things ain't gon' change. Can I stand the rain? Another black kid slain. Can I pull it, put a bullet to the back of his brain? Fuck a protest. I'm busting no vest. We all dying anyway, a fucked up, slow death. Man, I'm tired of this. Ready to die for this shit. They're killing brothers to grandmothers. No time to forgive. I'm tired of this. Ready to die for this shit. Killing brothers to grandmothers. No time to forgive. LAPD notorious. Inglewood PD notorious. Culver City PD notorious. SFPD notorious. OPD notorious. Fresno PD notorious. Chicago PD notorious. NYPD notorious. Detroit PD notorious. Washington DC notorious. But it's less of them and it's more of us, so the people will be victorious.